Good evening, this is 2020. Today we are covering the endangered species, the giant panda. There are only about 1,600 left in the world. We are lucky to have a national treasure of China, the giant panda. So what's your name, Panda?
Hi, my name is Po.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a panda, which is in the mammal family. The interesting thing about me, though, that's very unique, is that I am in the genus Aleuropoda. What that means, basically, I'm the only one in that genus, because I'm very similar to the raccoon family, but am still considered a bear, as well as having very many cat-like features. My lifespan is only 14 to 20 years, so probably only got another 5 years left. So I'm really happy to be here before I die.
Well, Po, we're happy to have you here before you die.
Thanks for having me.
So, where do you live?
Let me show you.
So, Po, where are you?
This is my home. Females and males tend to live in different areas. Males roam around more, while females live in conifer forests and other kinds of forests, generally on steep hills because that's better for birthing. That provides dens and thick bamboo for the children to hide in. We only live in China. 3 of the areas where we're found mostly is in Gansu, Chansu, and Chanix. We like to live alone, preferably, and as it gets warmer, we go higher and higher up the mountain to stay cool.
Before we begin to talk about the reasons why you are endangered, what can we do to help you and your friends? Tell us why it's important for us to save you pandas.
Well, it's very important to save us because we have a very large cultural importance to Chinese people. One big reason for that being is that we're very many characters in mythology. One character that we play is Zayu, who is more or less considered a very nice and kind panda. There's also Pixu. That panda is considered a lot more fierce and as strong as a tiger. How those are used is sometimes they're used in battle. For instance, in Chinese battle, if the people would like to stop the battle, they put up a flag with Zayu on it. That then shows a symbol of friendship and peace and will temporarily stop the battle. Another large importance of the pandas is that we are a manifestation of yin and yang. Because of the white and the black, it symbolizes yin and yang to the Chinese people. We are also a symbol to them of natural pride and potent talisman, as well as we're a large economic benefit. Many of the tourisms come and it brings a lot of money to China, so we have very many importance to them.
So, Po, do you have any babies?
I do. In fact, I have 1 kid.
So tell us more about your reproduction.
Well, our reproduction is actually one of the problems why we're extinct. The mating season is only between March and May. So because of that, and the very short period of our ovulation, which for females we only ovulate for 3 days. Because of that, there is a lot of natural insemination that happens. Whether it's natural insemination or artificial insemination, there is a lot of anxiety that follows the pregnancy, as well as it's very hard to be able to tell if we're pregnant or not. Some of the anxieties that happen is called pseudo-pregnancy, and that just causes some very odd hormone behavior. See, after I got pregnant, I felt very lethargic, I wasn't very hungry, and we do weird things like showing a lot of emotional, like cradling objects, making nests, and that will happen sometimes even if a panda isn't pregnant. She starts having these weird hormone reactions. But we also have a delayed implantation or embryonic dyspause. What that basically means is that it takes a while for it to attach to our uterine lining. In humans, that happens very quickly, but for pandas, it takes quite a long time, which also causes some of the weird emotional behavior that we have afterwards. Once we are pregnant, it's about 5 months for it to happen. And once we finally give birth, the size of our baby is the size of a stick of butter. A normal size stick of butter. The baby's usually about 4 ounces, which is very small compared to my ginormous size. They are about 1/9,000th the size of the full-grown size. They are the smallest mammal in comparison to the mother. And when the baby is born, it's hairless, blind, and all white. They depend on me for 18 months. At about 3 months, they begin to crawl, and about 6 months, they begin to climb trees. However, they're still going to depend on me for a while. And unfortunately, another reason why pandas aren't very good at reproduction is if we do happen to have 2 babies, which is also rare, we can only take care of one. Me, for instance, I had twins, but unfortunately, I had to leave one behind.
Aside from your reproduction, what is another cause of your endangerment?
There are many causes of our endangerment. One of the very large ones is the problem with our habitat. One big problem of this habitat is our terrible dietary habits. Pandas almost consistently eat only bamboo. It takes up about 99% of our diet. We eat the leaves, the stems, and the shoots. But that's about it. Every once in a while we'll eat small mammals like birds, but very rarely. We much prefer bamboo. We're actually very picky with our bamboo as well. There's about 25 different kinds of bamboo, but we're very picky as to which ones we'll actually eat, especially females. We only like a very certain one. And while we're on the topic of bamboo, that also is a problem. Not only are we picky to which ones that we will eat, the bamboo itself doesn't reproduce very well. For it to make, basically once it flowers and reaches maturity, it then produces seeds. For those seeds to be able to actually fully reproduce, it takes quite a while. It takes about 15-20 years for that seed to create a plant. Not to mention, after the seed leaves the adult flower, that bamboo dies. Once the other seed actually begins to grow, it takes an additional 20 years for it to be able to be large enough to satisfy a giant panda. The reason for that being is that we take about 50 to 75% of our day eating. That's about 12 to 16 hours only eating and eating and eating. We need about 28 pounds of food a day, which is another problem because there's simply not enough bamboo with the reproduction problems of it to satisfy our needs. Other than the bamboo, we also have problems that there is too much population in our area. What happens is that now that there's so many humans in China, they're going higher and higher up the mountains where us pandas usually live. Because of that, they're clearing many forests for farming, industrialization, and to make more room for the growing population. This is creating a problem because there's less room for us. As well as the bamboo we start to eat and we need to move to different areas for it to make more food, we begin to fragment. This fragmentation moves the panda population farther and farther apart, adding on to our problem with reproduction because we're not very close together.
So, Po, your food and habitat is a problem. What other problems cause your endangerment?
One problem that we have is hunting.
Wow, that's surprising. People hunt pandas?
Not on purpose. It's often accidental. We get trapped in traps that are meant for other animals. That happened to a friend of mine once. Oh, so tragic.
So I'm dropping the snare to catch deer and other species. Let's check if I catch anything.
I'm a panda, and I'm walking along. I'm a panda. Let's pick some bamboo. Ah! Oh my god! Ah!
Oh my god, I think I caught something. Oh no, I accidentally caught a panda.
Wow, I'm so sorry that your friend died so dramatically, but at least people don't kill pandas on purpose, right?
Actually, unfortunately, that's not true. Sometimes they're killed on accident, but in many times they're killed on purpose. The reason for that being is that they're used for poaching. Basically means that they kill the panda and kill them just for their fur, because the fur is worth a lot of money. Some farmers will sell it and they'll make more money than with just that panda fur than they will in their whole lifetime, because our fur is very special. Some people even think that it has magical powers. According to Chinese folklore, if you sleep with the fur on your bedding or in it, you are protected from ghosts, and the dreams that you have during that sleep will predict your future. It is also, just for regular use, very warm and waterproof. It is used for bedding and cloaks, especially for people who are wealthy in China. It is also used as a trophy. Some hunters will want to kill a panda, take home the skin or the stuffed panda just to show off to people. As well as, sadly, some scientists would even use it to study the parts or to displays at museums or zoos. The pelt is also sold illegally on the black market because, as I told you before, it is worth an enormous amount of money. It's very sad. But I don't like talking about it. I'm having a flashback. So, me and my baby were just walking around the forest, spending 50 to 75% of our day eating. Hey, offspring, are you hungry again? Of course you are. Let's eat this bamboo. Chomping away, being all unsuspected alike. But then, we heard something. What is that? Oh no. Run, child! Run! Get away!
Get back here!
Kung Fu Panda! Oh, no! Not my child! Anything but my child! No! Let him go! Let him go! No! No! Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Come back! Come back here.
Okay. Oh my god, the panda bit me. Thankfully, every panda has a unique bite. I could go get this checked out, but by the looks of it, it looks like it was Poe.
I don't care if that poacher does know that was me. In fact, I think I'm going to use my bite to go and find her. But it's not just poachers that are after pandas. Unfortunately, being a panda is a very dangerous life. Animals also go after pandas. Just a few that go after them are jackals, snow-throated martens, many different types of bears, musk deer, and other wild animals. One of those wild animals is the snow leopard. You might be familiar with it from the movie Kung Fu Panda, where you also saw me. And there, my worst enemy, Tai Long, was a snow leopard. Thankfully, in the movie, I beat him. Her, I'm sorry. But unfortunately, in real life, they usually win. As you see, we've covered many reasons as to why pandas are endangered. One reason is their habitat. That would be the problems with the bamboo, how long it takes to make the bamboo, and how much we eat it, as well as the human effect on our habitat. Another problem is reproduction. It is very hard for pandas to reproduce in many different ways and aspects that affects us negatively as a population. Another big reason is the poaching and hunting. The accidental hunting of pandas kills quite many of them. Not to mention the poaching that still brings in a lot of money that encourages people to kill pandas just for their fur. Now we're going to tell you a few different reasons as to how you can help us as a species. From the bottom of our hearts, please help us, pandas. If you cannot possibly affect our reproduction, our habitat, or the poaching, it's always good to donate to the Wildlife Foundation, in which we are the logo for them. So please do everything that you can, and thank you so much for watching.